Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed about chemical equilibrium law. That is, Kc is equal to concentration of C raised to C into D raised to D divided by A raised to A into B raised to B at equilibrium. That is, product of molar concentration of products raised to the powers to that of reactants raised to the powers is a constant quantity, and that constant quantity is called as equilibrium constant. This equilibrium constant Kc can also be written in the form Cc raised to C, Cd raised to D, Ca raised to A into Cb raised to B. Okay, C is the concentration term, so that by using the concentration term we can write the notation like this, and we can omit the notation equilibrium. That is understood that equilibrium constant is a relation where it refers to the condition of equilibrium. Okay, and in the last class we have just given some examples in the equilibrium process. Now let us move for next part of the topic, that is homogeneous equilibria. Homogeneous equilibria. So here in the homogeneous equilibrium involving reactions in the same phase. Equilibrium involving reactions in the same phase are called as homogeneous equilibria. That is, all the reactions that is reactants and products are in the same phase is called as homogeneous equilibrium. So here we will give some examples for this homogeneous equilibria. N2 gaseous plus 3H2 gaseous reversibly giving rise to 2NH3 gaseous. So this is a gas phase reaction. So where all the reactants and products are present in the gaseous phase. Second example is CH3COO C2H5 aqueous plus H2O liquid giving rise to CH3COOH aqueous plus C2H5OH aqueous. These are the second and third. Fe plus 3 aqueous plus SCN minus aqueous giving rise to FeSCN 2 plus aqueous. So these are the second and third examples. Are reactants and products are in the solution phase. Aqueous means dissolved phase, or it is called as solution phase. Now next concept is equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant in gaseous systems. Equilibrium constant in gaseous systems. So here in this concept, so here we are using the in case of reactants in solutions, or in case of solutions we are expressing the concentration in terms of molar concentration, and in case of gases it is convenient to express the concentration in terms of partial pressure. So we know PV is equal to nRT, or P is equal to N by V RT, that is equal to CRT. That is, at constant temperature Pi is equal to CIRT. At constant temperature Pi proportional to concentration of gas. Okay, this is relation we can have. So here let it be equation 1. So here N is the number of moles of ith component, P is the pressure of ith component, V is the volume in liters, R is the gas constant, and T is the absolute temperature. Now consider a reversible homogeneous. Consider a homogeneous reversible gaseous phase reaction, gaseous reaction AA plus BB giving rise to CC plus DD. Okay, consider a homogeneous reversible gaseous reaction AA plus BB giving rise to CC plus DD. So now equilibrium constant in the terms of partial pressure, P is given by Kp is equal to Pc raised to C into Pd raised to D divided by Pa raised to A into Pb raised to B. So here I have just written the equation in the same format, that is just now I have told that Kc can be written by writing C notation in the middle. Instead of putting the square bracket, we can write the concentration term in the center and product concentration in the numerator and reactant concentration in the denominator. Now by this equation 1, Pa is equal to CaRT, Pb is equal to CbRT, Pc is equal to CcRT and Pd is equal to CdRT. Now replace these values in this equation, that is implies Kp is equal to Pc is CcRT raised to C into CdRT raised to D divided by CaRT raised to A into CbRT raised to B. Okay, now simplify the like terms on one side and unlike terms on the another side. You will get the relation, that is, so here Kp is equal to Cc raised to C, Cd raised to D, Ca raised to A, Cb raised to B. I have taken all the concentration terms one side and I will write RT raised to C plus D divided by RT raised to A plus B. So that is equal to, this term is nothing but it is the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration into RT raised to delta N, or C plus D minus A plus B, that is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. So here I have used the words, I will write here, where Kc is equal to Cc raised to C, Cd raised to D divided by Ca raised to A, Cb raised to B is nothing but equilibrium constant in the terms of molar concentration. Equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentration. Then delta N is number of moles of change in number of moles of reaction. So how that is given? That is equal to number of moles of products minus number of moles of reactants, that is C plus D and A plus B. Okay, so here this is the relation in the gaseous phase, that is Kp, equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure, is related to equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentration, and it is having extra term RT raised to delta N. Here R is a gas constant having value 0.0831 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. Okay, so here I will give some examples for gaseous reaction. H2 gaseous plus I2 gaseous reversibly giving rise to 2HI gaseous. So here Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. Np is equal to 2. Nr is equal to 2. Therefore, delta N is equal to 0. Therefore, we can write Kp is equal to Kc. Okay. So here, now next one. Next term. Units of rate constant, units of equilibrium constant Kp and Kc. Next part. Here itself I will write units of Kp and Kc. First one, when delta N is equal to 0. When delta N is equal to 0. Okay, Kp is equal to Kc, or Kp, Kc are unitless or dimensionless quantities. In case of Kp and Kc, that is delta N is equal to 0. Second case, when delta N not equal to 0. So, example will be delta N not equal to 0. Example will be N2 gaseous plus 3H2 gaseous, reversibly giving us to 2NH3 gaseous. Np is equal to 2. Nr is equal to 3 plus 1 equals 4. Delta N is equal to minus 2, not equal to 0. Okay. In this case, Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N, that is minus 2. Kp is expressed in pressure units. Kp is expressed in pressure units, that is Pascal or bar or atmosphere. Similarly, Kc is expressed in concentration units, that is moles per liter or moles per meter cube. Okay. So now third case. For third one, so this is first one when delta N is equal to 0. Second case when delta N not equal to 0. Third, if standard states of the system are given, then also Kp, Kc are dimensionless quantities. Kp, Kc are dimensionless. Say for example, in this pure state of solution is 1 molar. Therefore, a concentration of 5 molar can be written as Kc is equal to 5 molar divided by 1 molar, that is equal to 5. Okay. So, second, pure gases have 1 bar pressure. Pure gases have 1 bar pressure. Therefore, a pressure of 4 bar can be represented by Kp is equal to 4 bar divided by 1 bar, that is equal to 4. So that when standard states of the systems are mentioned, we will have no units for the Kp and Kc. Otherwise, if delta is not equal to 0, then Kp and Kc are having units, corresponding units, that is Kp measured in concentration units. Okay. So here, after this concept, let us move for heterogeneous equilibrium. And here there are problems to be solved based on Kp and Kc that I will solve at the end of this class. Next is heterogeneous equilibrium. Heterogeneous equilibrium. So definition for heterogeneous equilibrium will be equilibrium involving reactions, that is reactants and products in the different phases are called heterogeneous equilibria. So heterogeneous equilibria involve gaseous, liquid, solid and aqueous phases. Okay. So any gaseous heterogeneous will involve gaseous, liquid, solid and aqueous phases. So examples to be given. First one, vaporization process, that is H2O in equilibrium with H2O gaseous. Here reactants are in the liquid state and products are in the gaseous phase. Second example, CaCO3 solid giving rise to CaO solid plus CO2 gaseous. So here principle is that so when a species involved in solid and liquid states, then concentration of X in the solid and concentration of X in the liquid remains constant. Okay, therefore they are not included in equilibrium constant expression. They are not included in equilibrium constant expression. Whereas the other two states, whereas X gaseous and X aqueous are to be included in equilibrium constant expression. Okay, remember this concept clearly. So are not included in the equilibrium constant expression, are to be included in the equilibrium constant expression. I will give you some examples relating this heterogeneous equilibria. I will give you some examples related to heterogeneous equilibria so that it will be clear. Okay. Second example, in case of heterogeneous equilibria, second example, CaCO3 solid reversibly giving rise to CaO solid plus CO2 gaseous. Kc or K better, it is representing gas is there, so that to represent Kp is equal to CO2 gaseous. Okay, so CaO is solid because CaO concentration of CaO solid is equal to constant and concentration of CaCO3 solid is equal to constant. And it is observed that at a temperature of 1100 Kelvin, so this Kp value is found to be equals 2 into 10 raised to 5 pascals. Okay, this is the experimental proof done for this experiment. Now third example, Ni solid plus CO gaseous, 4CO gaseous reversibly giving rise to NiCO 4 times gaseous. So this is a complex formation. So here K gaseous phase is there. So it is convenient to express the equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure, so that Kp is equal to NiCO 4 times gaseous divided by CO raised to 4 gaseous. That is gaseous phase are only because Ni solid, concentration of Ni solid will be constant and is not included in the equilibrium constant expression. Similarly, for the equilibrium reaction, Ag2O solid plus HNO3 aqueous giving rise to AgNO3 aqueous plus H2O liquid. So here 2 Ag2O, 2 AgNO3, NO3 is 2, so it is 2 HNO3. Kc is equal to, here it is better to express the concentration or equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentration because it is a solution. Okay, so here AgNO3 raised to 2 divided by HNO3 raised to 2 and other two terms, that is H2O liquid and Ag2O solid, are just removed from the equilibrium constant expression. This is about the homogeneous and heterogeneous equilibrium. Now we will solve some 2 to 3 problems related to this homogeneous and heterogeneous equilibrium. Okay, so that this concept will be clear for you. Problems. First problem. This is an important problem. Can be asked in 2 marks. The following concentration were obtained. The following concentrations were obtained. Following concentrations were obtained for the formation of NH3 from N2 and H2 at equilibrium at the temperature of 500 Kelvin and our concentration of N2 is equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 m. Then concentration of H2 is equal to 3.0 into 10 raised to minus 2 m. Okay. Then concentration of NH3 is equal to 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 m. Calculate equilibrium constant Kc. Calculate equilibrium constant Kc. So here, if in the problem, if there is a reaction given, so first write down the reaction. Otherwise, you have to make ready the reaction. What is the reaction? So here given that formation of NH3, so that NH3 should be on the product side. Formed, NH3 is being formed from which reactants? N2 and H2. Okay. So now here N2 is there. So it is 2 NH3. It is 6. So it is 3 H2. This is the reaction for the given term. Now they have given concentration of N2 is equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 m. Concentration of H2 is equal to 3.0 into 10 raised to minus 2 m. Concentration of NH3 is equal to 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 m. Now write the equilibrium constant for this reaction. That is Kc is equal to concentration of NH3 raised to 2. That is products raised to the powers divided by reactants raised to the powers into N2 into H2 raised to 3. So that NH3 raised to 2, substitute the value of NH3, 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 m raised to 2 divided by N2 is 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 m into 3.0 into 10 raised to minus 2m whole raised to 2. Now in the numerator decide the units. So here m raised to 2 in the numerator, m raised to 4, that is m into m raised to 3 not 2, it is 3, totally 4 in the denominator. So that units of our answer or answer for the question will be having units m raised to minus 2. Okay, so here just substitute the value. 1.2 square is 1.44 into 10 raised to 4, or just simplify the value. Here power is 1.2 square is nothing but 1.44 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 1.5 into 3, that is 2.7. 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 minus 6, totally minus 8. So here 10 raised to 4 power will be remaining, and this answer comes up to 0.0356 into 10 raised to 4. Or if we just convert the terms, 3.56 into 10 raised to minus 2, so that it is 10 raised to 2 meter raised to minus 2. Okay. So in this method you are doing the problems. Now next question, next problem or next problem, second one. I will give you 2 questions for homework. Okay. At equilibrium, concentration of N2 is equal to 3.0 into 10 raised to minus 3m. Concentration of O2 is equal to 4.2 into 10 raised to minus 3m. Concentration of NO is equal to 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 3m. So that in a sealed vessel at a temperature of 800 Kelvin, what will be Kc for the reaction? What will be Kc for the reaction? So reaction is given here. N2 gaseous plus O2 gaseous reversibly giving rise to 2NO gaseous. Okay. So for the solving of the problem, solution, first write the given things that are given in the problem, just to note down. N2 reaction is N2 gaseous plus O2 gaseous reversibly giving rise to 2NO gaseous. In that concentrations are being given. N2 is equal to 3.0 into 10 raised to minus 3m. O2 is equal to 4.2 into 10 raised to minus 3m. NO is equal to 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 3m. Now for this equation you write the equilibrium constant, that is Kc. So what is how to write the Kc? Kc is equal to NO raised to 2 divided by concentration of N2 into O2. Now substitute the values. NO is 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 3 m raised to 2 divided by 3.0 into 10 raised to minus 3 m into 4.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 m. Okay. So see here in this problem the powers of numerator and denominator will be cancelling, so that Kc is unitless quantity and it is found to be 0.622. Okay, this is the answer of the second problem. Now I will solve another question here and one problem I will give you for homework. Okay, one question I will solve here and another question I will give you as homework. Okay. Now next question. For equilibrium, third question. For equilibrium, 2NOCl gaseous reversibly giving rise to 2NO gaseous plus Cl2 or Cl2 gaseous. So here value of equilibrium constant Kc is equal to 3.75 into 10 raised to minus 6 at 1069 Kelvin. Calculate Kp for the reaction. Calculate Kp for the reaction at the same temperature. Calculate Kp for the reaction at same temperature. So in this problem, solution, first write the given things. Given T is equal to 1069 Kelvin, Kc is equal to 3.75 into 10 raised to minus 6. They are not given the unit for the rate constant, so that Kp is also unitless. Now write the reaction. Reaction will be 2NoCl gaseous reversibly giving rise to 2NO gaseous plus Cl2 gaseous. Now write the relation between delta Kp and Kc by writing delta N. So here Np is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Nr is equal to 2. That is delta M is equal to 3 minus 2 equals 1. Now Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta M is the formula. Kp is 3.75 into 10 raised to minus 6 into R value is 0.0831 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. So that 0.0831 into 1069 raised to 1. So that the answer will be 0.033 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay. So here Kp is having no units because in the problem Kc is of no units. Now last problem I will give you as homework. Okay. Solve the problem. Fourth question. PCl5, PCl3 and Cl2 are at equilibrium. PCl5, PCl3 and PCl2 are at 500 Kelvin and having concentration as concentration of PCl3 equals 1.59 m, concentration of Cl2 equals 1.59 m, then concentration of PCl5 equals 1.41 m. Calculate Kc for reaction. Reaction is given PCl5 reversibly giving rise to PCl3 plus Cl2 and answer of this problem will be 1.79. Just you do the problem, write the Kc, that is expression for Kc, substitute the values and get the answer and check the answer with the given answer. So here in this class I will stop the class here and the remaining concepts I will just discuss in the next class. Thank you.